Okay, before we hop into any Waylay game, I just need to give you guys a tip for when you're playing against the Waylay. If the enemy Waylay is using her ultimate on you, many players would pull out their knife and try to run away. However, if you notice that you can't get out of the ulti, then don't pull out your knife. If you have pulled your knife, it's so slow to pick up your gun again. And because the enemies made this mistake, I actually clutched this round over it.
Spike planted. Line them up! Going in! One enemy remaining.
Oh, yes! Let's go! Let's go! Voice Chamber, I understand that you have a knife in your hand, but I expected better from you, Waylay. You're playing the same agent as me. Anyway, I wanted to show this at the start of this video, because I believe that this tip will save a lot of lives. You're watching a new episode of the Waylay to Ascendant series, so many more Waylay tips are coming this video, and at this moment we're Platinum 2, so let's see if we can get to Platinum 3 this week. Let's hop into the first game. Hello everyone.
Basically the plan is don't get close to Jet, she's gonna get stunned everyone.
Jet is in our team, by the way. Great start of the game. Anyway, in the first round we were pushing B, and one thing I like to do with Waylay is just dash out of the smoke and go to platform. I think 9 out of 10 times there's no enemy on platform, but holding the site from there is very easy.
Oh yeah, you stole my main just to die, bro.
There's that. Woo! One enemy remaining.
Oh, I'm looking. As you probably know by now, since Waylay has a dash but also an escape, this is the perfect agent to play extremely aggressive with. However, if you have a gun and you know the enemies are eco, I would not recommend to play too aggressive.
What? Wow, flash it. Bro, chill.
I mean, in this round I survived, but I almost gave away my Spectre to the enemy. No bueno, Mr. Lowlander.
Help, help, help. Help, guys, help. Help!
Be right back.
What?
Bye.
God, bro, what the f—
An enemy remaining.
Oh my god, Chandler, you're so bad.
Gotta love these teammates commenting on your every move. But I mean, he was right, I had to chill over there. If you're planning on using your ultimate with Waylay, communicate that with your team. I kinda stunned Jet over here, my bad. What the f— But I mean, in the end it worked out because that ultimate is so strong, especially when an enemy is in tower. Okay, let's move on with not a Waylay trick, but more a Valorant trick overall, and that's about muting your teammates. Muting is something that not a lot of Valorant players are doing, and that's probably because of FOMO. What if the teammate that's always raging suddenly does a good call out, and that might save your life, you know? But I mean, when rounds like this happen, when you're trying to clutch a 1v1,
Last player standing.
Oh my report, please report this guy.
then it might be the time to mute your teammates or at least put them a little bit lower. However, as for me, I decided not to mute my teammates because I personally don't get tilted off it and I get free content for my videos. Just be careful with raging against me because I might use some clips of you raging 4 years later.
Don't beat me, Jet! Oh my... It's impossible to beat.
If you remember this clip, you're a real OG Mr. Lowlander fan. Back to the game now. I know I'm using the same dashes a lot of times over and over again, but if they work right.
What? Stun.
Oh, and in the second half, after a few more kills,
Planted.
we won the game. 23 RR. Let's go to the next one. No hello everyone in this game because we need to talk about this smoke. If you ever notice that an enemy Omen is using a smoke and after that flashes immediately, there's a pretty high chance that he will push the smoke. Not this time, Omen. By the way, we don't talk about this a lot, but this is also the strength of playing multiple agents. Because I mained Omen during the Omen series for a very long time, I know that a lot of Omens like to smoke push, because I personally also did it a lot. So if you want to learn all the tactics about different agents, just try to main them for a while. Let's move on. If you ever hear that the enemy is trying to defuse, instead of peeking immediately, what I like to do is wait like 1 or 2 seconds and then peek. You have enough time to peek anyway, and this way you are a little bit less predictable.
Spike planted. Too bad.
Also, here's a very nice stun for the backside of yellow. I always use it when I try to retake.
One enemy remaining. Be right back. Bye.
Okay, it's the 7th round now and look at the scoreboard. We're 1-5 behind. And when you're far behind, something just isn't working. And that's why in these type of rounds you need to switch things up. Like for example playing a little bit more aggressive. Usually pushing into mid like this is a very bad thing to do. But playing defensive just wasn't working and that's why I pushed anyway.
Also, they've got that spike.
One enemy remaining.
Don't you also love it that with Waylay you can just dash into 5 enemies, get a kill and go away? Not many agents can do things like this.
Spike planted.
We got one. Second half, did you know that if you spot an enemy somewhere on your screen, they don't always appear on the minimap immediately? And here's an example of that. In this round I saw the top of the head of Race, but her icon didn't appear on the minimap.
Close, close, close. Oh, I got him.
And this is why it's so important to pay attention to your screen. Now let's skip a few rounds and go to this round, the 1v2 situation. Can Mr. Lowlander win this?
One enemy remaining.
Behind you.
Low HP in a 1v1 and the spike is planted. Of course, don't go for the battle. This is why I ran away and waited till there was no time left for Jet.
Big brain.
Time you have.
Got half.
Go.
Nice.
Yo.
Now take a look at this clip and tell me what I'm doing wrong over here.
They fall.
It's a good dash, but I missed one essential thing, and that's that I didn't use my hinder. Don't forget to use this ability before you dash in. And we won the game. After that, another game on Icebox. In that game, this happened. Another 1v1 for Mr. Lowlander.
Heb je stun?
Oh, easy peasy win. And did you know that you can save an operator like this?
Heb je het niet nodig?
Oh! Very nice. One more game, my friends.
Hello,
You see?
You know what one of the best feelings in Valorant is? It's that feeling when you lose the first round, but then win the second round while you guys are eco.
Shield is ISO shield down.
Nice.
I don't know why, but I always feel much happier when this happens than if you just win the first 2 rounds back to back. This type of start will set you up for success. And we were building on that success. Honestly, I love entering C like this.
Nice.
I got him.
But Mr. Lowlander, don't forget to use your hinder. This is like the 4th time already that I didn't use it. I will promise to use this ability more in the next episode. Anyway, a tactic that I love to do is after you planted the spike on C, walk all the way around to middle and then to garage, and then kill the enemies from behind. Almost every time that I use this tactic, the enemies think that I'm in C long, and they usually don't pay attention to it, because often they cleared it before the retake.
One enemy remaining. Be right back.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Nice. We can go, I guess.
Okay, I didn't expect Cypher in the smoke over here.
Nice.
This whole game the enemies were playing a bit weird though. Like, what is Brimstone doing in this round? Sometimes you have those games, right? But anyway, in this round we planned on C again. And since I already walked around to garage once this game, I decided to just play from C long in this round. You gotta remember that if you use the same tactic over and over again, the enemies will expect it, and that's why I like to switch things up.
It's you and me.
Ah, shit.
One enemy remaining.
Whoa.
Hey! Why don't I
Hey, you
reload
live.
it? Wait, did you notice that? When I spawned back out of the ISO ultimate, my gun didn't reload automatically. I thought your max always would be resetted. Please let me know in the comments, is this a bug or did they recently change this mechanic? Anyway, on Haven, if you jump first and then do your double dash, you can make it all the way into a heaven. And even though it's a very risky dash, if you do it quick, the enemies don't expect it and easy kills for you.
Nice.
One enemy
Another
remaining.
one.
Hey, psst, Mr. Lowlander. Nice hinder you're using over there. Honestly, did I even use this ability once during this episode? The only time I can remember is over here at yellow. This is definitely something I need to work on. You'll see more hinders next episode, I promise. Whoa, Mr. Lowlander, that was a hinder. It was a very bad hinder. You didn't hit anyone, you used it like literally in a gunfight. But I mean, you used it, so maybe I'm kinda proud, I don't know. I'll work on it, I promise, my friends. In the second half, we got a few kills, not a lot.
One enemy.
Why don't you?
And in the end, we won this game. Let's see, no MVP. But we got the promotion, my friends. Let's go. Platinum 3. We're getting consistent 1 rank each week. I think that's a win in my books. And I know, I'm not as good as a player like Keo that can get to Immortal in like only a week. But for me, if I can get 1 rank each week, I'm happy with that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. And I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.